What is up, guys? I'm Skull Ripper, and welcome to another Let's Talk. And today we're going to be talking about how I got the name Skull Ripper. Maybe some of you might know, I know a lot of you don't, but that's what we're going to be talking about. And today we're going to be playing some Metal Gear Solid 5. You're probably wondering who the hell I'm playing. I'm playing as Quiet. She's one of the characters in the game, and it's a mod that you can play as her. So we're going to be wrecking shit as I talk about how I got my name. So I know we're not here for the gameplay, so let's get started. Alright, so how I got the name Skull Ripper. I know some of you have asked how I got the name Skull Ripper. Well, there's two factors that come into mind when it comes to my name Skull Ripper. But first off, I should say what my first gamer tag was. And it was actually a pretty stupid one now that I think about it. But back then, I was a kid. This is back in the Xbox days, the first Xbox. And so yeah, I was a little kid back then, and I thought I was all cool with my first gamer tag and shit. But people knew me as XX Determined XX, so I was determined. So yeah, I was determined to be named Determined. So that was my gamer tag back in the day for a good while, and that was back in the Xbox days, and I was a big fan of Halo. I was really good at Halo back in the day, and yeah, as you can see, I kind of kept with the trend with the whole X's, and then it transferred into O's, but I'll get into that later and why I did that. But yeah, Halo, I think Halo 2 was my thing. Halo 1 was, I always played Halo 1, 4 players and stuff like that. Me and my friends would get together, go over house, have sleepovers, and just play Halo all night. And also with Halo 2, I'd be playing that online. And yeah, Determined was my first gamer tag, and another reason why I named myself Determined, and also is because my friend always would say, when we're playing online, he's like, man, you're always fucking determined to kill that one guy that's killing you, because every time I got killed, I got pissed. I was raging. I was just like, dude, I'm gonna kill that guy. And my friend would always say, man, you're really determined to get him, aren't you? I was like, yes, I am. And so that kind of stuck with me. And also another reason why I wanted the name too is because also my friend, one of my favorite bands was Mudvayne back in the day, and one of their song titles was called Determined. And that's also why that was kind of like my theme song back in the day, And also my friend would play it, when I was determined to kill a guy, I'd hear him on the mic turn on the song, and yeah, that's Mudvayne Determined, and I'll play a little clip of it of what the song sounds like. So yeah, that is Determined by Mudvayne, and that was kind of like my theme song. My friend would play that, and I loved that song. It was, being a little kid and hearing that, I was like, fuck yeah, and so yeah, that was kind of funny. So I was determined back in the day, and this is when the Xbox 360 was about to come out, and just came out. I got the system, and there was a few games that I got right off the bat. I think the first games I had was, there was 2 of them. I had Quake and Elder Scrolls. And, yeah, those were my first games. And then I remember when Halo came out, like, when it gives you the option to, like, put in your online gamer tag, we're like, fuck. I was like, I definitely didn't want to stick with the, Determined, because I was a little bit more older, and I was like, you know what, I need to go with something more, I don't know, something more cool, and I don't know why, but there's 2 factors that come into why I named myself Skull Ripper, and one being that for years and years, since I was a kid, and also up to just a couple years ago, I constantly would have dreams about my face melting or turning into shapes, half of my face. So you can kind of see how I am like going with the theme of how I do things. You know how you see my pictures of half a skull as my face. Well, it's also because I had dreams about that. Like I would have dreams about my face being like half a skull all the time. I don't know why. It was like I'd have dreams like that all the time, and I don't know why. But yeah, I'd have multiple dreams, and sometimes they'd be different, but sometimes they'd be the same. But I always have dreams about my face melting, half of my face melting. Sometimes half of my face would be like rock solid, like metal. And you know, sometimes I'd be in a bathroom in my dream, and I'd look at my face, and you know, it's just like burning, you know, straight Two-Face style. And that's another thing too, is just, I don't know why, because my favorite villain of DC has always been Two-Face. So it's like I've always had a connection to that as well. That's why I've always had dreams about my face turning skull or being burnt. So that's why my favorite character has always been Two-Face. In the DC comics and all that, and in video games, he's just always been my favorite character. I don't know why, but yeah, he's my favorite. And so I'd always have dreams about that. And that's always why, like, I always created my face somehow burnt or with half a skull. And so that was one of the reasons why I named myself Skull Ripper. And the second one is just kind of a funny one, because this is when, you know, I was playing Halo 2, and this was right when I was about to stop playing the Xbox and then transfer over to Xbox 360, you know. And then, like, I just remember this one guy. He was a stoner playing Halo, and I remember him on the mic because he sounded so funny when I was playing. But at Halo, I was always good at sniping. You know, people would be jumping and I'm sniping them in their heads and stuff like that. And this stoner guy was always like, "Dude, you fucking are ripping skulls, bro." Like, he sounded exactly like that. And he kept on saying like these weird funny things because I kept on getting headshots. And I remember laughing in the mic. He's like, "Dude, his skull got ripped, bro." You know, it was really funny just hearing him. And it really stuck to me. I was just like, like his skull got ripped. I was just like, fucking Skull Ripper. And I was like, I always have dreams about my face being like a skull. And then, like, you know, my favorite villain of DC is Two-Face. And I'm just like, that's it. It's Skull Ripper, you know. And that's how I got my name, Skull Ripper. And that's how I kind of, you know, make my theme all skulls and stuff like that. So yeah, that's when I got an Xbox Xbox 360, and then that's when I just put XX Skull Ripper XX, and that's how I always been with my gamer tag. And yeah, and then I was like, you know what? Then I was like, you know what? I'll do some Let's Plays, and I tried to go with the XX Skull Ripper XX, but someone took it on my YouTube channel, so I had to go with the O's. And you know, I absolutely hate the O's. You know, also just plain Skull Ripper was taken, which sucked. But you know, now as a gamer tag, I just put the O's just because that's what people know me by. Or sometimes I will do the X's and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah, I absolutely hate the O's at the beginning and end of my name, because especially in live streams, you know, especially when I'm chatting, you know, people will say, "Hey," or when I follow someone, they're like, "Hey, ooh, Skull Ripper, ooh." I absolutely fucking hate when people say that shit. Like, it pisses me off. I'm just like, fuck. You know, ooh, Skull Ripper, ooh is not me. I'm fucking Skull Ripper. God damn it. You know, but you know, what can you do? Sometimes now I just laugh it off. I'm just like, whatever. But yeah, that's how I got my name, Skull Ripper. I know it's not anything epic, you know, not anything like the gods touched me and, you know, named me Skull Ripper. But yeah, that's how I got Skull Ripper. And a lot of you guys probably didn't know that. But yep, all because of these dreams. Oh, and about these dreams. Yeah, I remember I told one of my ex-girlfriends that, and I remember me and her, because I kept on telling her about it. I was just like, yeah, I always have these dreams about, you know, my face being melting or something, like something half of my face is turning, you know. And I always looked it up, you know, and finally, like, you know, we looked it up, and I guess it meant that if you're having like dreams about something altering your body or something like that, half of your face is altering. It means like in a certain time of your life that you're going through changes. So that's why you have this reoccurring dream, and so it's basically about you're changing in life, that you're altering the way you are and perceiving the world, and that's why you're having this like battle between yourself and another person or thing. I remember I read that somewhere, and that really stuck out to me. And there's a lot of other websites, if you just go check it out, that say almost the exact same thing. It's just kind of like a transition in life. You know, you're changing as a human being, as a person. You're maturing, and stuff like that. So yeah. So I thought that was very interesting. And for a couple of years now, I haven't had that dream. So yeah, I just remember a lot as a kid. I would have that a lot, and I never really told anybody. You know, I'd tell a couple of my friends and stuff like that. They were just like, "Dude, that's fucking weird," and stuff like that, and nothing really too crazy about it. But yeah, now I don't have those dreams. It's been a couple years now since I had a dream like that. So yeah, I don't have those dreams. But yeah, that is how I got my name, Skull Ripper. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just thought I'd share that. And yeah, so let me know, how do you guys get your gamer tag? How did you come up with your gamer tag? Was it by coincidence? Did someone give it to you? Did someone reference someone? Or, you know, are you a fan of something? That's why you named the name you are now, you know, because gamer tags are all about, you know, or aliases, whatever it is, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be gaming related, but yeah, let me know how you got your gamer tag or your specific name. Yeah, just let me know. So alright guys, but yeah, make sure to subscribe and comment, and leave a like. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm Skull Ripper, and I'm out. Late.